Hello students, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel Physics Insight. Today in this video we are going to discuss some MCQs and objective questions based on alternating current. We will discuss approximately 200 to 250 MCQs, split it up into 5 to 6 videos part wise. Now without wasting our time, let's start our topic. Students, everyone knows that AC current is a current whose magnitude varies with time and curve for AC current is sinusoidal in nature. Now let's move to our first question. Average value of AC over a complete cycle is? The correct answer is D part 0. In the second question, the power factor of AC is a measure of? The correct option is power lost in the circuit. Proceeding with the third question, the dimensional formula of L upon R is similar to that of? Firstly, we will recall how L and R are interconnected. We know EMF is equals to change in flux upon change in time. Now, flux can be written as product of L and I. Now, L is constant. It will not change, only I will change. Also, EMF is equals to IR. Now see, the dimensions of delta I will cancel out with the dimensions of I, and R comes in denominator, and here delta T will have the dimensions of time. Now see, the term L upon R clearly will have the dimensions of time, so the correct option is B part. In fourth question, we have to check whose dimensions are different from the rest. See, the first option L upon R is having the dimensions of time we have calculated in the above question. Now in order to check the dimensions of root LC, remember the formula frequency is equals to 1 upon 2 pi root LC. See, frequency is equals to 1 by T. Now it becomes 1 by T is equals to 1 by 2 pi root LC. Moreover, 2 pi is constant and is having no dimensions. Now root LC is clearly having the dimensions of time. Now let's check RC. We know V is equals to IR, and also we know that Q is equals to CV. So Q upon C is equals to IR. Now Q upon C will be written as is equal to Q by T. Here we have splitted I as Q by T into R. Now Q cancel out with Q and T is equals to CR. So CR is again having the dimensions of time. Now the correct option is 1 by RC, because if you will invert this, then 1 upon RC will have the dimensions of frequency. So B option is correct. Now in question number 5, we have to evaluate the dimensions of impedance. Impedance is nothing, just the resistance offered by a circuit, so it will have the dimensions of resistance. Now we know that resistance is equals to V upon I, or V is equals to IR. Now we substitute potential as W upon Q, work done upon charge, is equals to IR, and also we replace Q by IT, current into time. Hence, resistance becomes W upon I square T. Now, substituting the dimensions of work done, current and time, we get the final dimensions of R as M1 L2 T minus 3 A minus 2. So the option B is correct answer. Moving to sixth question now. Energy dissipates in LCR circuit in? Correct option is C part, that is R only. As all other components has power factor 0, Now in the 7th question, an iron core transformer with the turn ratio 8:1 has 120 volt applied across primary. Now voltage across secondary is, now you have to evaluate the secondary voltage, EMF across secondary. Now in order to solve this question, we know that E primary upon E secondary is equals to number of turns in primary upon number of turns in secondary. Now substituting the value of EP, NP and NS, that is 120 upon ES is equals to 8 upon 1. So after simplifying, we have obtained ES to be 15 volt. So the correct option is A part. Now let's move to the 8th question. What is the ratio of inductive and capacitive reactance in an AC circuit? Let's evaluate. So the ratio of inductive and capacitive reactance is given as XL upon XC, which is further equal to, XL is equal to omega L and XC is equal to 1 upon omega C. So it comes out to be omega square LC. So the correct option is C part. Sometimes some students make a silly mistake here, that they tries to substitute the value of omega here, that is 2 pi frequency equal to 1 upon root LC. So automatically the value of omega square comes out to be 1 by LC, and they substitute the value of omega square as 1 by LC, and the ratio comes out to be 1. But this method is wrong, as this formula of frequency is only valid in the case of resonance. Here no resonance is written, thus option C is correct. Now in the 9th question, an acceptor circuit is, acceptor means impedance should be small and it should accept more current. Thus in case of a series circuit, the impedance offered by the circuit is low. This should act as a acceptor circuit. Okay. Now proceeding to the 10th question. A broadcast circuit broadcasts at 300 meter band. A condenser of capacitance 2.4 microfarad is available. The value of inductance required for the resonant circuit is. See students, this 300 meter which is given to you is the wavelength of the signal which is to be transmitted. 2.4 microfarad is the mentioned capacitance here. Since the signal is in the form of electromagnetic wave, thus the velocity of signal is 3 into 10 raised power 8 meter per second. Now we know that frequency is equals to velocity upon wavelength, thus 3 into 10 raised power 8 divided by 300. After evaluation, it comes out to be 10 raised power 6 hertz. Now also by the formula of resonance condition, we obtain the frequency to be 1 by 2 pi root LC. Frequency we have obtained 10 raised power 6. So 10 raised power 6 is equals to 1 upon 2 pi root LC. Now we will square both sides, hence we will evaluate 10 raised power 12 is equals to 1 upon 4 pi square LC. Now in C, substitute the value of capacitance, that is 2.4 into 10 raised power minus 6 farads. Now L comes out to be 1 upon 4 pi square 10 raised power 12 2.4 into 10 raised power minus 6. Now here see 10 raised power minus 6 we take in numerator, thus becomes 10 raised power plus 6. Now if you will divide 10 raised power minus 6 with some number, the value becomes more smaller. Thus the value smaller than 10 raised power minus 6 is available to us in the options, that is the only value which is 10 raised power minus 8. Thus option B is correct here. In 11th question, in series resonant circuit, which of the following is correct? So the correct option is D part, none of these is correct. Now in 12th question, in parallel resonant circuit, out of these four, which one is correct? A option is correct. In 13th question, the number of turns in primary coil of transformer is 200 and the number of turns in secondary coil is 10. If 240 volt AC is applied to primary, the output from the secondary is. In this question, we need to evaluate the output EMF from the secondary coil. Here, number of turns and EMF in primary coil is given. Now we know that NP upon NS is equals to EP upon ES. Now number of turns in primary coil 200, number of turns in secondary coil 10. Now EMF in primary is 240 and here ES is secondary EMF. After evaluation, ES comes out to be 12 volts. So B option is correct. Now in 14th question, transformer works on the principle of, C option is correct, mutual induction. Now in 15th question, which of the following effect is not shown in alternating current? So out of all these four, A option is correct. The chemical effect of current is shown only in DC. Proceeding to the 16th question. In 16th question, it has been asked that an ammeter is connected in series in AC circuit, reads 5 ampere. You have to evaluate peak value of current. We know that ammeter reads I root mean square, thus 5 ampere is root mean square value of current. Now I root mean square is equals to I naught by root 2, hence I naught is equals to 5 root 2. So B option is correct in this question. In 17th question, the phase difference between the AC and EMF is pi by 2. Which of the following cannot be the instituent of the circuit? C. In LC circuit, again the angle between EMF and current is pi by 2. In L alone, again the phase difference is pi by 2. In C alone, again the phase difference is pi by 2. Now the option which is correct is the D part. It is not having the angle pi by 2 in between. Okay, as the phase difference in RL circuit is less than pi by 2. Now in 18th question, we have to tell the Q factor for LCR circuit. Now the formula for LCR circuit at resonance is given by the C option. So C option is correct. In 19th question, Faraday's constant is, which option is correct? Faraday's constant is a universal constant, and how it is defined? The charge of 1 mole of electrons is called Faraday's constant. And it has been evaluated by F is equals to E into N, where the value of Faraday's constant is given by 9.648. The value of F is given by 9.648 into 10 raised power 4 coulomb per mole. Here capital N indicates the Avogadro's number and E represents the charge of electron. Let's proceed to the 20th question. The natural frequency of LC circuit is, the correct option is A part. Now how natural frequency is defined? Natural frequency is a frequency at which the circuit starts vibrating even in the absence of damping force. It is also called eigenfrequency. Now in the question number 21, we have to evaluate the reading of voltmeter and the current flowing in the circuit. Now it is given that the circuit is in resonance. We have I is equals to E upon Z. E is EMF and Z is impedance. Now impedance is equals to root XL minus XC square plus R square. At resonance, this XL is equals to XC. Hence impedance becomes equals to R. Now I becomes E upon R, that is equals to 100 upon 50. See, 100 volt is your EMF and 50 ohm is your resistance. Now current in the circuit came out to be 2 amperes. For the evaluation of voltmeter reading, we write V as V is equals to IR. Now I is 2 and R is 50 and the result of voltmeter reading is 100 volts. So A option is correct. Now in 22nd question, the bandwidth of series resonant circuit is, formula of bandwidth is resonant frequency upon Q factor. So that's why A option is correct. In 23rd question, a rejector circuit is, see, a circuit is called rejector circuit if it does not accept current or it accepts the less current. It is only possible if the impedance is high, and automatically if impedance is high, lesser will be the acceptance of current. It only happens in the parallel resonant circuit. So for this question, B option is correct. Now in 24th question, we need to evaluate the inductive reactance, where inductance of inductor is given to us, that is 1 upon pi Henry, and frequency of AC source is given to us, that is 50 Hertz. Now inductive reactance XL can be evaluated as omega L, and further omega is represented as 2 pi into frequency. So substituting the values of frequency and inductance, pi cancels out with pi, hence we get 100. This 100 is your inductive reactance. So C option is correct for the 24th question. Now proceed to the 25th question. In pure inductive circuit, current, out of all these 4 options, which one is correct? Clearly I lag behind EMF in case of inductor by pi by 2. So A option is correct in 25th question. In 26th question, the current through an inductor of 1 Henry is given by I is equals to 3t sin t. We have to evaluate the voltage across the inductor of 1 Henry. Using formula E is equals to L delta I by delta t. If time period is small, then this delta I by delta t has been replaced by the derivative of I with respect to time, that is L di by dt. Now taking derivative of I and simplifying, here L is 1. Now the result for the derivative of I becomes three sin t plus 3t cos t. The B option is correct for this 26th question. Now proceed to 27th question. Two coils X and Y are connected in series across a 240 volt and 50 Hertz supply. The resistance of X is 5 ohm and inductance of Y is 0.02 Henry. The power consumed in 3 kilowatt and the power factor is 0.75. The impedance of circuit is, we have to evaluate the impedance of circuit. Firstly we will note down whatsoever given to us. Power factor 0.75, power 3 kilowatt. Now the formula for power is I root mean square into V root mean square into cos phi. Now cos phi is given to you 0.75, hence P becomes V root mean square upon impedance into V root mean square. We have resolved I as V upon resistance. Okay, so now cos phi is given to you 0.75. Now power is also given to you 3 kilowatt. We will write as 3000 watts. Now 3000 equals to V root mean square upon impedance into 0.75. Now after simplifying, the value of impedance came out to be 14.4 ohm. C option is correct for this question. Proceeding to 28th question. In the above problem, the value of resistance of coil Y is. See, the inductance of coil is given to you in the previous question, that is 0.02 henries, and the resistance of coil means you have to evaluate the inductive reactance. So XL will be given as omega L, substituting the value of omega 2 pi frequency, then substituting the value of frequency and L, we will get two into 3.14 into 50 into 2 by 100. After simplifying, the value of XL came out to be 6.28. The nearest value to 6.2 is 5.8, which means the B option is correct in 28th question. Now in 29th question, an electric circuit containing capacitor only suffers. The D option is correct. Offers infinite resistance for DC. See how. Xc is given as 1 upon omega c and omega is written as 2 pi into frequency. For DC, the frequency is 0, thus Xc reaches infinity. In the next question, the average power dissipation in the pure inductor or capacitor is. See, the power dissipation has formula V root mean square, I root mean square cos phi, and phi is the angle between, that is the phase difference between V and I. In case of inductor and capacitance, phi is pi by 2, thus cos phi is 90, hence power in both the cases is 0. So D option is correct. In general, in an alternating current circuit, the average value of current is 0, the average value of square of current is 0, the phase difference between voltage and current is 0, and average power dissipation is 0. So in this question, the A option is correct for the 31st question, that is the average value of current is 0. Now proceeding to the 32nd question, the frequency of AC mains in India is. So it is 50 cycles per second, that is B option is correct. Now in 33rd question, AC power is transmitted from a powerhouse at a high voltage as. B option is correct, it is more economical due to less power loss. Now for 34th question, the electrical main supply in our homes and offices is voltage that varies like a sine function with time, such as voltage is called A and the current driven by in a circuit is called the B. Here A and B is refer as. D option is correct, AC voltage and AC current. For 35th question, alternating current can be produced by dynamo. A option is correct. Next 36th question, the peak value of AC current flowing through a resistor is given by. The peak value of EMF is given by E naught is equals to I naught R, and hence peak value of current is given by E naught by R. In 37th question, the alternating current can be measured with the help of. A option is correct, hot wire ammeter. In 38th question, the alternating current cannot be measured by DC ammeter because. D option is correct, average value of AC for complete cycle is 0. Now in 39th question, the heat produced in a given resistance is given by sinusoidal current 10 sin omega t will be the same as that of the steady current of magnitude nearly. It is given by I root mean square is equals to I naught by root 2, means A option is correct, 0.71 I naught. In 40th question, an AC source is connected to a resistive circuit. Which of the following is true? See, out of all these four options, C option is correct, that is current and voltage are in same phase, means phase difference between I and V is 0. So C option is correct. Students, I hope the video is clear to you all. So guys, keep supporting us by liking and sharing our content. Do not forget to subscribe our channel. See you again students in the next video. God bless you all.